So the most common question I get is, how do you learn the one arm handstand? What's the secret to the one arm handstand? How long does it take to get the one arm handstand? What level do you need to be at before you start training it? That's probably the most important question, is how strong does your two arm handstand need to be before you start working the one arm? 60 to 90 second consistent holds, control in kick-ups, so consistency, so being able to kick up 10 times in a row, enter the handstand in lots of different variations, and show control between shapes. So be able to go into straddle, diamond, tuck, and alternate and hold all of them shapes with control. So then in straddle is probably the easiest way to do it. It's just start shifting weight side to side. So I'm loading one hand, I'm not going up onto fingertips yet. Shifting, then start to hold. And then once you've got holds on both sides, just shifting a bit of weight up onto fingertips, keeping the elbow in of the dominant arm. See, not the dominant arm, the working arm. See there, I lose that a little bit, pull the elbow back, go up onto 5 fingers. The elbow bends so the shoulder doesn't lift so far. Hold, come back again. Once you can do 5 fingers on both sides with control and return for like 10-second hold on each, then go for reduce the fingers. So 4 fingers, then 3 fingers, then 2, and then 1, and then the taps, and then eventually lift in. But aim to get 10 seconds controlled on each side before you progress to the next fingers. And you can see how I put the line on the screen there. So that's coming down from middle of the sacrum on top of the hand. So I would work straddle and straight position. So here you can see the same thing in the straddle, the straight, keeping the body one piece, one segment, loading the shoulder, trying to keep the elbow in and shoulder on top of hand, bending the elbow on the assisting arm, 5 fingers, 4 fingers, 3 fingers. Try to do it so as you're going less fingers, you're decreasing the load in the fingers and not just increasing the load on fewer fingers. Good 10-second holds on each side. So there you can see elbow in and that line, so middle of the hip, so sacrum on top of the hand. Become nerdy about it. Look at lots of people doing one arms. I've learned from who I think are some of the best in the world, some of the best teachers in the world. So Yuval Ayalon, Miguel, Santana. I would become nerdy, watch loads of one arms. You can see on my videos here, you'll see some variations depending on where my legs are, but I'm trying to always keep that elbow in, sacrum on top of the hand, and bend the elbow as I lift on the assisting arm. So those are the main drills I would do, and there's lots of assistance drills or other drills you can add in, but I would use that as your main training, and I ideally train daily and still work the positions and make everything locked, point toes, lock knees, push the floor away from you, reach for the ceiling or the sky with the toes to make that body one segment, and it's much easier. Don't do too much on canes and blocks, but definitely I would advise you to use them in your practice. Just don't use them all the time. It's very tempting because blocks and canes are much easier. I'm definitely much easier on the blocks. You'll see a lot of my posts on Instagram and Facebook are using the blocks because I can do my 1 rep for the camera. I can do the flash stuff on the blocks. You can see there the sacrum's not on top of the hand. That's because I'm using a counterweight. So I'm messing around with some press drills. So sometimes you break the rules, but keep the basics on your training. So this is really aimed at people who are just starting or interested in learning the one arm, not going too deep. I would definitely advise you to get a coach. I definitely do, like I say, do stuff online with people I think are the best in the world at coaching.